Hello and welcome, or welcome back if you've been here before. Today I'm bringing you something new and spooky themed to fit this month. This is based off of ClanGen, but with my own spin on it. So the cat colors are based off of what ClanGen generated for me, and this little group does run very similarly to a regular clan, except there are a few differences. For one thing, they don't follow a star clan, and leaders don't get their 9 lives. They don't really believe a whole lot in Star Clan and the Dark Force and that kind of thing. Like, they'll acknowledge they have ancestors in the stars and whatnot, but, they're not quite as into it as regular clans are. And then the other difference is that they travel. They might stay in one spot for a while, but generally not longer than 5 to 8 moons, and then they go on their way and go hang out somewhere else for a little while. And these cats are also nature's rejects. Each of them has something about them that shouldn't be possible in the natural clan cat world. They're also a new group that's in the early stages of forming and growing their ranks. As they travel, they discover new cats that they recruit into their ranks. Outsiders will see this group of cats and either be terrified of them and try and attack them, or a more rare instance is them slowly being accepted and allowed to hang out nearby. The ones that greet them with hostility end up cursed for a time, where nothing but bad luck and devastation befalls them. The others that are kind are blessed with good things. I figured this would fit in well with the idea of trick or treat. If they're bad, they get the trick. If they're good, they get the treat, kind of idea. Also, these cats' designs are based off of monsters as well, to go with the whole Halloween dressing up theme of people dressing up into monster costumes. Anyways, some of these will involve blood or minor gore. I will give you a warning before those cats come on screen. But this is just to let you know that will be popping up. With that said, let's get into the clans. So first up we have the leader, Loca Star. Now I'll give you the warning here, her design does involve lots of cuts and scrapes and some minor gore. So if you don't want to see that, then you have to wait till this one's done. Anyway, let's go on. So her name's Loca Star. She's 131 wounds old. She cat, and her traits are loyal and a good fighter. Now, about her, she's kind of like a zombie-inspired kind of cat, and her whole story thing is that she rots more as she ages, but also feels no pain, which makes her a really fierce fighter. She can reattach limbs that fall off, but cannot undo it if another cat within her clan causes the damage, or if it's inflicted by a cat from Star Clan or the Dark Forest, as they all share the same power source. What that source is, no one seems to really know. Having been chased from her home upon discovering this strange thing about her, Loca Star struck out on her own to find other misfits. It took her a long time, but eventually she does start to find them, and recruits them. She'll fight others without hesitation if needed, but she'll also be very patient and sweet with others who need it. She tries to see the best in others and will give them several chances to do the right thing, but will not hesitate to punish them if they refuse to change for the better. So yeah, she is an interesting cat, and that is our leader. You can look now if you want. We're done with the leader. We are on to the deputy, and there's no blood or anything involved with this one. So our deputy here, her name is Wasp Streak. Sorry, her name's a little complicated. She's 95 moons old, she-cat, and her traits are insecure and very smart. She's insecure with what her face looks like, so she's always seen wearing a mask. Should anyone see her true face, if they don't have a pure heart, they'll immediately age within seconds until they die, leaving behind an old corpse. If they have a pure heart, then they're blessed with youthful energy and strength. She's also known to speak very rarely, only saying enough to give orders or saying what truly matters. Because of this, when she does speak a great deal, It always catches everyone's attention and they seem to be unable to look away. No one ever argues with her. If they try, a single glance their way is enough to make the words die in their throat. Next up, we have our lovely medicine cat, Debounce. She's 146 moons old, the oldest cat in this little traveling clan. She's a she-cat, obviously, and her traits are careful and a good teacher, which I think is very fitting for a medicine cat. She's a friendly soul who loves to dote on the younger cats in the group and often offers advice, regardless of if it's wanted or not. Despite having wings, she cannot fly. They do allow her to run a bit faster for short sprints, however, and she can glide a few feet if she jumps from something high up. With the wings, she also has a pair of unique fangs. They allow her to drink blood from others, which is what allows her to continue to live life far longer than the average cat. Despite having this ability, she never abuses it and simply drains the blood from those she was unable to save, or simply takes a little bit here and there from her clanmates who allow her to do so. With the ability to live so long, she knows all the many healing secrets and finds contentment living the life of a medicine cat. She will heal any and all, not caring if they're good or evil. She doesn't see it as her place to judge another cat. She's a healer, and that's all there is to it. I just think she's a sweet old cat. I kind of like her. And now we're getting into the warriors. First up, we have Loud Pelt. He's 36 moon old tomcat. His traits are ambitious and good hunter. Born with 2 heads, he quickly found himself abandoned in the wilderness. The clan cats found him and, without hesitation, took him in and raised him. As he grew, he developed horns and spikes along his spine. His front claws also continued to grow and can no longer be retracted, as they are just too long. He also struggles to maintain a decent body weight, regardless of how much he eats, which his clanmates worry about him because of that. Since finding out about his rejection as a kid, he's taken it hard and often sees himself as a monster every time he sees his reflection, or the fear and disgust in other cats' faces when they see him. He has the ability to control fire and could kill others quite easily, simply due to his natural fighting ability. But he refuses to acknowledge these parts of him as he fears of becoming the monster others see him as. His ambition lies in the way of striving to be the best warrior his clan has ever had, in order to prove himself that he doesn't need his talents to be a valuable addition to his adopted family. The only time his skills happen to leak through is when he hunts, as anything he sets his eyes on always dies by his paws. Next up we have Darkshade, who I think is quite an interesting cat. He's 95 moon old tomcat. His traits are faithful and good fighter. Having a pumpkin for a head is what everyone notices immediately when they see Darkshade. He wasn't always like this though. He was once a normal cat with a normal family. However, as a young tom of 10 moons, he was ambushed by another group of young cats that had been bullying him for some time. With this case though, he experienced great pain and torment at their paws, and ultimately died after they caused an axe to fall and cut off his head at the edge of a pumpkin patch. The cats in the stars decided it was not his time yet, and that he had a much greater purpose. So, they replaced his head with a pumpkin as a warning to others and to keep him safe. He's been given the ability to give out blessings or curses on others depending on if he deems them good or evil. His stick is the handle of the axe that killed him. How he got it, he doesn't know. But he keeps it and claws in another mark on one side for the cats that wronged him that he's cursed upon meeting. Or he marks the other end to show all the cats he's cursed that he meets on his journey and has deemed their actions evil and worth cursing. So yeah, that's Darkshade and his little backstory. He's an interesting one, I think. And lastly, we just have one apprentice, and her name is Timberpaw. She's an 8 moon old she cat, and her current trait is righteous. And as you'll be able to see, she's a bit of a patchwork. She's kind of inspired by the idea of Frankenstein. Anyways, with her, there was a clan who decided to kill all kits that didn't match the criteria that the leader had set forth. Darkshade stumbled across this, and upon seeing the pile of dead kids left out in the open, outside of the clan, he became furious. He cursed the clan, and in doing so, created Timberpaw. The non-rotted parts of the different cats attached together to create a new young cat. She was small, the size of a 3-month-old kit, but at this size, she went into the clan and killed every cat. She was their curse. Upon fulfilling her role, Darkshade took her back with him. She's been told from the beginning that her future is uncertain, as she wasn't supposed to exist. So every day she has is a gift. She does her best to serve her clan, but certain tasks are more challenging due to having some limbs slightly different size and shape than the others. But when she sees mistreatment, she will become possessed in a way, like she was when first created, to kill the abuser. She is the living curse of any wrongdoing that she sees. Because of this, she tries to avoid other cats, as she's killed some for simply lashing out at a friend in a dispute. Others are horrified by her appearance as well, which also doesn't sit well with her. So she'd much rather stay with her clan and have happier times there, where she doesn't risk going into a state to kill a cat for simply disagreeing with another, and, avoid scaring others as well. She just wants to live a happy, simple life. And that wraps up our little clan of outcasts. I quite like the little group and personally would like to explore things more with them. So if you guys like, for the month of October, I'll focus on these guys and see what sort of things happen with them and their interactions with other clans, and see if they get any new cats joining them. Then in November, we'll go back to Cavern Clan and find out which clan keeps killing their medicine cats, because that's just annoying and they need to put an end to it eventually. Anyway, thanks for stopping by and watching to the end. Let me know in the comments if you would like me to keep going with this new little misfit group and see what happens. If it's just a little too spooky, then we'll leave them be at this and explore something else. Or we'll go back to Cavern Clan. Whichever. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed, and I hope you have a great day or night, and look forward to seeing you guys around next time. Bye.